Hey, uh, yeah, so drawing while talking back. I guess I could have gotten this, I could have been better prepared for this. So, I can't remember if I've shown this before. I think I showed this before. But anyway, what I haven't tried, and maybe I'm getting it wrong, is I did screw up one video. So, yeah, just what I'm doing here is this is a sketch, pretty loose for a sculpture. This is Herakles, whichever you prefer. He had a lot of names, actually. Wrestling with Cerberus, the three-headed hound, guards the gates of hell. And yeah, make sure you can see that. Yeah, pretty well. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just, I've started a little, but yeah, I'm just kind of laying in the basics of a larger drawing of this. And yeah, I'm gonna try drawing on this, try looking at the seated sum. There are real disadvantages to trying to do this. Probably one of them is the stupid cord getting in the way. I can hold on to it, but you will get, you will get kind of distortions, right? Because you're sitting here and you're looking at, this is going to be different than this. It's better if you're facing it. You're gonna get weird distortions. You'll be able to tell, like when you if you draw like this, because this is so far away, when you're done and you hold it up right in front of you, this and this are not going to look consonant. They're not going to necessarily work together the way that you want them to. So yeah, so this is really, so a lot of this is pretty preliminary. Honestly, I'm drawing seated right now because it's been a long day and I'm pretty freaking tired, and there's still a lot of stuff left to do. Kind of dealing with, as I'm sure everybody else is, but also, yeah, kind of dealing with major winter storm. Yeah, which, I mean, it hasn't, I mean, we haven't lost power until, like, yeah, that's everything. That's, I really can't complain much at all. It hasn't been, and don't really have a desire to complain. It's been fine. I feel kind of bad for the dog. I got him out a decent amount yesterday, and today I got him out for we've walked for about an hour, so that's been really cool. And after this, I got to hit the gym with my wife, so yeah, the day is not done yet. I worked on sculpture a lot this weekend, so now I'm going to stand up because I'm getting terrified that I'm going to get the distortion I was talking about. I'm hoping, yeah, this should be pretty good for you. You should be able to see pretty well, fairly well. What's this light? We're doing more work. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to, at some point, I'm going to have to figure out how if I'm blasting enough light onto the surface. By the way, if anybody knows like a good resource for setting up this kind of drawing situation, for drawing and filming, yeah, I would love to know it, because man, there's so many online, there's so many videos, there's so many, like, yeah, I have no clue like which one of these would be worth trying out. Yeah, there's just tons of them. It's very much like the problem with business news, right? If you go to business news, you get all these opinions, right? This stock, these bonds, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and like, I mean, I don't know how you would go. Yeah, there's so many people offering such different advice. I don't know how you would ever really get through it all. I mean, I'm not even saying it's bad advice, but how would you know which to pick? And they're all offering different things. So I guess it's kind of the reminder that probably the things everyone recommends, like diversification, these are probably really good ideas. All right, I expect my audience. Are you guys bored by that? Yeah, probably bored by that. If you're not watching, yeah, I guess you'd be watching Bloomberg News if you wanted that. And I'm not really qualified to do that. Although I do kind of love Bloomberg News, I have to admit. I have a real soft spot for it. So yeah, so now I'm trying to lay down. I've been thinking about how to do I'm thinking about how to make this, make it as a sculpture. Kind of thinking of two kind of possible options. One option is to make the figures separate, and to make the dog, to make him, and then just put in the arms. Then just have the figure wrap his arms around the sculpture of the dog. So that's one option. That would probably work. I mean, a lot of different options, a lot of different. Setting up the sculpture is not really the problem. Getting a mold, making a mold of this and being able to cast this, that's going to be the real challenge. It's going to be a challenge dealing with the size of the dog's head. I should go look at more references. I'm not going crazy with references here. I'm not. It's a drawing for sculpture, right? So I'm trying to think about mass. I'm trying to think a lot about how I'm going to do this thing, and how I'm going to make a mold. So I was talking to a friend, and the idea he thought it'd be pretty easy to make a mold of this because all of this stuff is together, right? Nothing. Well, I mean, Cerberus's two legs here are sticking out, and these legs are sticking out. Yeah, that's going to be a pain. Anything sticking out is a pain when you're dealing with sculpture, making a mold. Things sticking out, things coming off the figure. Yeah, that's always a pain to deal with. If everything's just kind of all together, it's a lot easier. By the way, when I say mold, yeah, maybe I should, maybe for some, I should explain what I mean. So you remember, see, when you were a kid, you probably made. Did you ever have maybe put straws in your nose, and people put paper mache or paper dipped. I'm not sure you wouldn't want to do plaster, but paper dipped in something. I would have to check what on your face, and when they took it off, you had like a relief of your face. You had kind of a mask of your face. A mold is like that. A mold is like you make something, and then you make what's called a negative mold. So like you encase the thing that you've made, the sculpture that you've made, in, like, let's say just to keep it simple, let's say you encase it in rubber, right? You're making a rubber mold, and then so your clay sculpture is inside that mold, and you encase it in that rubber, and then you go and you cut the sculpture. You take the mold, you take the rubber parts apart, and you have like an empty shape, right? The halves you have, the rubber you have, and that's the impression of the sculpture on it. I don't know, what am I? You guys are probably not. I don't know. That's not. I shouldn't. That's really gonna have to be a show. That's really a better show, not a tell. Which may be one of the problems with this whole project. Although I guess it's there's definitely a strong show aspect to this. And let's see. All right, so yeah, so I'm trying to work out proportions here. That's going to be pretty important. And trying to think about how to do this. Trying to think about how to do these legs. How to do Cerberus's legs. That's going to be complicated. Yeah, and to make it worse, you're always asking the question of, like, you're trying to make a good drawing. You're trying to make a decent drawing. You're trying to make a drawing that is a work of art, by itself. It's worth checking out by itself. Wondering, yeah, I think this is going to have to be. Yeah. Okay, so his arms coming down like this, and then his arms. Blah, 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 blah. By the way, for future projects, I was thinking about trying to do something lighter, easier, and a lot of fun, or some things I could do that would be pretty cool, but pretty chill and pretty fun. Like I was thinking might do a drawing of Ash from One Piece, maybe do some manga type stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of manga, I read a bunch of Vagabond, which is a really popular manga recently, and yeah, I loved it. I think it's great. It's one of my I tend to like the samurai manga a lot. They're westerns, which is awesome, and so yeah, I'm a good. I'm really an easy target for that. Wouldn't be over to them pretty easily, and they're pretty good. Some cool things about manga. Maybe I should talk about manga one episode. Oh yeah, kind of jumping around topics. And then the more serious thing is I'm reading Caravaggio, Life, Sacred, and Profane. And yeah, I don't read artist biographies that much, so I don't want to give that impression. Thing is, I just read a lot, so I end up reading like lots of biographies, lots. I end up reading a lot of everything, like a lot of science fiction, a lot of biographies, a lot of history. Need to read more science. I'd really like to read more of that, philosophy. Yeah, so just in general, I tend to read a lot. I also I really want to knuckle down and finish the Caravaggio book. Caravaggio, by the way, is a so 16th century, late 1500s Baroque painter, and absolutely fantastic. Definitely worth your time to check him out. Yeah, so I really want to knuckle down and finish that, get through that biography. It's pretty big. It's pretty long. It's really not that many pages, but pages are tall. So there is that to consider. It's pretty good though. I'm definitely digging it so far. And then the thing I was going to say is, I started reading because this will be the cheat book. This will be the book I cheat on, and it'll make it harder to finish Caravaggio. It's a science fiction novel called "There Is No Anti-Mimetic Division." Anti-mimetics division. If I'm getting it wrong, excuse me. By Quantum QNTM, I believe that's the way. Yeah, that must be the way it's spelled. So I just started that, and yeah, thus far, I think it's great. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, a good friend recommended that to me, and he was really enthusiastic about it. And it sounds great. And thus far, yeah, it's a blast. So that's just what's going on in reading world. Let's see. Yeah, more boring stuff is I got to clean up this place. I got to clean and organize this place. In part because I'm just a constant disaster about that. And the other reason for that is, I worked a lot on sculpture this weekend, so I played hooky from chores. I didn't do much of that stuff. So the place is kind of a wreck. The place is definitely not very orderly. Definitely kind of a wreck, and it's basically my fault. So I'm gonna have to So the day is it's been a long day, and it's gonna be longer still because I need to work on getting the house in better shape and all that. I mean, the good thing is, I guess, I'm not sure it's good, but it's just a fact. Kind of stuck inside. Well, like I said, I did get out for a pretty decent walk with the dog, so I was glad of that. And I'm worried you guys are not being able. I'm worried you're going to think there's no progress going on here. So here I'm trying to go very light, obviously because it's just a paint-tool race, but laying in the head here. Assuming he's going to have a beard here, or maybe not. The dog. Right. So moving along, and of course the dark with the nose of the dogs. Yeah, so one dog, so easier to see in the sketch. First dog's head, second dog's head chomping into his arm, and third dog's head trying to, of course, bite his head, rip his throat out. It's a violent scene. I'm pretty excited to try and to tackle sculpting the dogs, especially for the open mouths. I think that's going to be a real challenge. So that's cool. All right, so I'm going to cut this now, cut the video that is, because I don't want this to go too far over 15, and I'll pick it up again in a sec probably. Thanks. All right, catch you in a few.